and figure out if they make sense, if they jive. And they never did that. They never did that because the narrative was till today that black men, Hispanic men are animals and beasts and savage-like, and they're capable of this. And it's the one thing that they don't talk about that everyone skirted around. But the reason why this happened was because it was a white female from the Upper East Side. That's really what it was. If you look at the crime statistics, Tony does capital work. If you want to get the death penalty, you know what you're going to do? Go kill a white woman. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying the statistics are clear on that. It's the victim of the crime that drives the prosecution. And we have not figured it out, but the system that we live in, it's numb to that. Within the last year, I participated in a case that had some familiarity to this. It was some kids in Brownsville. 5 kids in Brownsville were arrested for, they said, a brutal robbery with a gun and gunpoint rape of a young lady who was in a park with her father. I don't know if you heard about that case. Look, I was one of the attorneys on that case. And immediately in that case, and it's something Tony just said, if there was not a videotape of what happened in that case, these kids would have been in the same position. And if you go back before that, have any of you heard of the Scottsboro case? You've heard of a case that Tony just hit me to, George Whitmore. There's always in history a group of young black men or Hispanic men who are looked at as savages. And their age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you know why? When you're not considered a human being in the master narrative, there's, mistake. We don't make mistakes. Because if you look to this day, all the detectives, none of them were punished. None of them paid for any of this. They were rewarded, and they dug their heels in. In fact, the billionaire who put out an ad and talked about the death penalty, you guys are going to have to determine should you vote for him to be the president of the United States. No, seriously, Donald Trump listen, that's in his history. That's in his bag, and he's proud of that. And now he is a possibility. There's a possibility he may be the president of the United States. So, all I'm asking you guys to do, and I'll field any questions, is that it's something that you said that really touched me. I listened to everything you said.
Could you repeat it?
I'm going to focus on what I want to talk about first. But she said that you said something to the point of you don't think anything will change or will never be treated. I think I understand your feeling, but I don't think we need anyone to treat us correctly. I think if we're still waiting for the master narrative to say, hey, you belong, I think that's our problem. I think if we have value in ourselves, in our community, and we draw a line in the sand, and there's do's and there's don'ts, and we get out of the habit of, the reason why these young men are here, 2 of my brothers are with them, they brought them here, is that we have to embrace intelligence. Look, we live in a time where there's billions of dollars spent to distract you. There's billions of dollars spent to take your eye off of the ball. We have to embrace intelligence. It's not cool to be a minority and about intelligence. And that's a huge problem. It's such a problem that even our examples of fame, wealth, success are founded in people who are not about education. And I'm not knocking any celebrity, but let's name the top black male celebrities. 5. Who do we have?
Will Smith.
All right. What is he?
Actor.
Who started out off as what? All right. Who else?
Say the name.
Will Smith started off as a rapper who's now an actor. Who else? Michael Jordan, who is what? A basketball player who at the time he could have helped displace one of the most vile, racist politicians in this country's history, Helms, and he said, Republicans buy my sneakers too. So he's apolitical, amoral, but he puts a ball in a basket, and we make clothes off of it, and people buy it. Like, what social value has Michael Jordan? Listen, it's great, but what social value has he really brought to enrich anyone's lives or personal circumstances? Besides being cool and being able, you can't say you like the way he dressed. No one would dress like Michael Jordan now, right? Don't on the memes they talk about him. Don't they have a crying face about him? Right? But all right, that's two. What else? Who else we got? Jay-Z, who from Brooklyn, like we're from Brooklyn, who grew up in Marcy, who had a career talking about drugs and skirting the system, and he then becomes America's darling because he's considered smart, and he grabs the girl who dances and sells things in a nice way, and what? And now he's what? A businessman. That's three. Who else? Puffy. Another guy who skipped school, and what? What can we talk? Well, what can we say? He turns up. He shows up. He makes money. He sells alcohol on behalf of another company. So my thing is like, we're the scientists. We're the engineers. Where's the regular guy who doesn't want to be famous, is just smart, takes care of his family, takes care of his community, is an educator? Where's that guy? So it's like you have to be out. So the thing is, you have to be a part of the spectacle as a black male to be successful.
I'm with you, I understand, but just to play devil's advocate, Barack.
Barack? All right, now you're going to get a real answer from me. In my opinion, Barack Obama might as well be Mickey Mouse.
Right. Why?
Why? Have any of you ever spoken to him?